experiences for the public record as we prepare to hold those responsible accountable for this enduring nightmare. So please join us Thursday, July 30th, 6:30 p.m. at Bethesda Temple Church, 4909 Crenshaw Boulevard. This town hall meeting is free and open to the public, but registration is required at kbla1580.com. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley, and as always, we welcome your feedback.
I'm red.
Okay, KK. Jeans up. Little scrap. I got money. Be a me. Money in the bank. See you,
I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drink. I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drink. I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drink. I got money in the bank.
Yeah.
Shout out what you drink.
I'ma get that.
Welcome to Wealth Building Wednesdays, where we center Black, women, and BIPOC-owned businesses, highlight opportunities and initiatives for underrepresented entrepreneurs, and center socially innovative enterprises, building generational prosperity, fostering real networking, and recycling Black dollars. It's Wealth Building Wednesdays on KBLA Talk 1580.
And, you know, I always say that I love it when the entrepreneurs come into the studio with me and I get a chance to meet them and talk with them face to face. But this particular Wealth Building Wednesday Spotlight is a little bit more three-dimensional because not only is she here in the studio with me, I've been out in the streets with her. I've actually tested, tasted, walked, and ran through her product, I'll say. I'll explain. She'll explain in just a moment. They call her Daisy Jane, and she's got a very successful Black-owned business here in Los Angeles. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So Daisy's Black LA Food Tours, or the Black LA Food Tour, as some people call it,
Yes.
is your business.
It's my baby.
Yeah, shout out to my girlfriend who
Yes.
who bought, I don't know if she wants me to say her name. You know who you are. Who took me on this tour because she knows that I'm a foodie and I'm sort of greedy. And it was so fun. Well, explain what you do.
Okay, so we travel to 5 to 7 primarily Black-owned restaurants, and we sample their most popular dishes via a party bus or a walk-in tour. We have two forms, and lately I've been doing a lot of private tours as well. But all tours, you do sample at least 5 to 7 restaurants, and you hear directly from the owners.
It was so cute. We went when I went. We were mostly in Inglewood, and we went. And I worked in Inglewood for almost 20 years.
Oh wow!
And none of those places had I ever been to.
Oh, that's amazing.
And
that's what the tour is about.
Yeah, and they were all like yummy. So that's dope. I mean, you know, I've eaten a lot in Inglewood over almost 20 years.
Yes.
So how do you find your spots? I mean, you mostly I'd say 90% Black owned, right?
Yes,
the places that
for
you go
sure.
to.
So I am an LA native, born and raised in South Central Los Angeles.
Whoop,
So
whoop.
yes. So most of the restaurants I have grown up going to, and also the more popularity I've gotten, restaurants have reached out to me.
Oh, good.
And asked me to come try their food so they can be on the tour, or word of mouth as well. My social media is pretty large, so my followers are always recommending places for me to try.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of your own knowledge as that rare and a wonderful species called a native Angelino, but also now you're crowdsourcing the food.
Absolutely. And then especially since California just passed a Miko kitchen certifications, a lot of more chefs are cooking out of their home. So I've been getting referred to a lot of home chefs lately as well, which is interesting.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that. What does that mean? It means that it does make it easier for them to do that?
Yes, much easier. They can sell plates out of their home now once they get certified with Miko Kitchen and health inspection come inspect their kitchen.
Okay, so that's interesting. I mean, I guess it's a logical extension of the sort of proliferation of vendors.
Yes, correct.
Like street vendors selling food off of. Well, anyway, that's not something I can't. I'm sorry.
No.
I can't do it. If you're selling hot dogs on a cookie sheet, I'm not that girl.
You said not I.
No, I will. You could take me if you're thinking of taking me on a date. I'm good for Cheesecake Factory or some of the places that we went, which could be small and community based. But no, the hot dog on the cookie sheet. No, that's where I draw the line. Anyway, so you do all different kinds of tours. It's not just one kind of tour. So take me. I did the walking tour.
Yes.
So take me on some of the various different kinds of tours we might do.
We have themed tours. So we did a Caribbean tour where we went to all Caribbean restaurants. We went to Tev's Kitchen, Lee's Caribbean, Wagwan. So it was all Caribbean oriented food, from curry chicken to oxtails to patties and things like that. We've done a 90s themed tour. We've done a Carson tour, a Valley tour. So like the little city hubs outside of LA as well. So I mean the themes are limitless. Like I'm doing a barbecue tour. We're going to all barbecue black owned spots. It's fun putting them together.
And it's a fun thing to do. I mean, I don't remember, how long is a typical tour?
Okay, the walking tours are typically 2 hours and the party bus tours are 4.
All right, so you're basically spending a couple hours eating and walking, or 4 hours driving and walking. But you're really creative. And this is where the 3D part comes in. We have beverages along the way while we're walking. And there really is. One of the things that was so fun about it was like a group of black people when I went, walking from restaurant to restaurant. And people are chatting with each other. And there are people you've never met before, but everybody knows we're about to just have a bunch of really good food and some beverages. And people are really friendly, and it was just like a whole vibe.
That's one of my most favorite components about the tour that I would have never imagined. People coming as strangers and leaving as friends or leaving as family. Like even the influencers that come and review the tour, they buddy up and network with each other, and then they start working outside of the tours. And it's just so beautiful to see. Like the tours help so many people, like all in one.
Yeah, I think if you're a lonely person or a person looking to expand their social circles, this would be a great thing to do.
Oh, absolutely.
I did see you had a number of couples that would come, and you had girlfriend groups.
Yes, people celebrate their birthdays. It's fun.
I mean, and it's not like, okay, you're going to 5, 6, 7 different restaurants. It's not like you're eating 5 meals, but you're getting a nice portion.
Yes.
I hate to be telling my business, but I can eat a lot. I'm a small person.
I can't tell.
With a big appetite. And I was full. By the time we were done, I was very full.
Okay.
So it's not like, it's not like hors d'oeuvre size. Like you're getting a good amount of food.
I try to have a hefty sample because we do get cocktails and some people do take shots. So you want to make sure there's enough food to suffice.
Some people. Some people do take shots. Even on the walking tour.
I included myself.
Look, you don't need a designated walker. You're actually walking. So, and then on the party bus, you're not driving. So it's a great way to actually
it's a win-win.
Eat and drink and not be a menace to society. Yeah.
Yes. I say it's a win-win for sure. It's just such a vibe all around.
Yeah, it really was very fun. I shout out to my girlfriend. I don't know that I would have thought of doing that, but she was like, I bought us tickets to this. What? I have to leave the house? I have to go outside?
Nice.
But now, anyone can come?
Yes.
And you're going to tell them, which, obviously, they pick whichever theme they want. What kind of results are you getting from the restaurants? Are they, because I'll tell you, for example, one of the restaurants that we stopped at, we had a party here at the radio station, and I went and got their food. I went and got, a whole bunch of their wings.
I love that.
And a red velvet cake and some other stuff, because it was really yummy. And I tried it, and my girlfriend was like, the next day she went, I'm telling your business now. She went back and got a whole bunch of those lemon pepper wings.
Yay.
So I'm imagining that they probably see an increase in business. But is that what you're hearing? Can you give me some examples or stories or something?
So, for example, when I did the Carson tour, one restaurant, Randy's wrote Randy's Road Tacos. They have tacos, but they're rolled like a taquito, but they're Randy's Road Tacos. They were on the Carson tour, and the owner reached out to me. She said, Daisy, a lot of people said they didn't know we were Black owned, and now we have been getting more customers coming in to support us because they know we're Black owned. They would drive right past our restaurant and, just ignore them. And I was like, wow, like that, it never crossed my mind that people didn't know. So I was very appreciative of hearing that and very grateful. Other restaurants tell me after they've been on the tour, other tour members come back and get from them or buy from them, which is super helpful. One restaurant, she was on the verge of closing, and she reached out to me, asked if I could help and reach out to my audience. And I did a GoFundMe for her restaurant, and we raised over $1,500 for her GoFundMe. But yeah, restaurants have been seeing an influx, which I'm so happy about. And that's what the tours is about. We want to highlight the Black restaurants. Yeah.
All right, Daisy Jane is here, and she has got the Daisy's Black LA food tours. We're going to keep talking if that's okay with you. I had so much fun on her tour, and we also want to talk about the business side of it because this is Wealth Building Wednesday on KBLA Talk 1580.
Thanks for starting your morning off with a voice that speaks truth to power and the powerless, getting to the heart of what matters most in our community. This is where authentic conversation meets real action. From breaking news and politics to culture and community solutions, this is where you hear perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. This is where we come together, get informed, and make change happen. You're inside First Things First with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Good morning, sunshine. You make my day.
She's sharp. She's fearless. I don't know what they told you, but if they told you that cutting me off is how I was going to get clicks, stop it now. She's that girl, and she's bringing all of that to your radio this summer. Amanda Seales is here. I am Amanda Seales. Comedian, artist, actress, activist, truth teller. The woman who never bites her tongue is coming to KBLA Talk 1580. I'm coming! And baby, the conversations are about to be unmatched. Every Friday, she's going to be lit noon to 2 p.m. and back again 4 to 6 p.m. starting Friday, July 17th. Only on KBLA Talk 1580. Amanda Seales, keeping it real, keeping it raw, and keeping it rooted. Politics, pop culture, Black excellence, the stuff they don't want us talking about. Amanda's talking about all of it.
You keep interrupting me when I'm talking, and you don't want to hear the point that I'm going to make. And yet you want me to respect your point. And that's not how a debate works.
This is not your average radio show. This is a Seales Summer. Fridays, noon to 2, 4 to 6. Starting Friday, July 17th. Only on KBLA Talk 1580. Don't just listen. Tune in. There is no denying that we've always been the conscience of this country. KBLA Talk 1580 is progressive talk radio built for our community, by our community, and with hosts who look like you, live near you, and care about what you care about. 50,000 watts of truth right here in Southern California. KBLA Talk 1580. Listen live on your AM radio dial at 1580 or stream us live on our KBLA1580.com website or on our free KBLA 1580 app.
Unapologetically progressive. The conversation continues right now with Dominique DePrima on First Things First.
Daisy's Black LA food tours. You can find them on Instagram. I love I guess that's your tagline, your slogan, eat and vibe.
Yes.
Because that is exactly what we did. Eat and vibe, eat and vibe. Two of my favorite things to do, by the way.
Ditto.
So what made you think of this? I mean, it sounds like so fun, but who would think that would be a business?
Yes. So every day for Black History Month, I would cover an influential Black person. And I'm like, I want to do more than just talk. I moved to Mexico. When I moved back to the States.
You moved to Mexico?
I know, I
Just
said
a little
it so
side note. So I moved to Mexico. Okay.
When I moved back to the States, I started interviewing Black restaurants in LA. Shout out to the Serve and Spoon. They gave me my first interview.
Nice.
And hearing the things that they were going through, it's like, okay, I want to do more than just put their story out there. And then I came up with the food tour for Black History Month last year, and it's kind of taken off since then.
Yeah, because now, you do them every month, right?
Yes.
Several.
Yeah, at least 6 to 7.
6 to 7 a month. And if somebody... you mentioned someone, I'm sure you don't want to say it on the radio, but some celebs and, Hollywood insider types have had you curate a private tour.
Yes.
So if I have the money, I can actually get a group of my own, just my friend group, and get a tour curated by you.
Yes, you can have friends, you can have family, sorority.
Oh, that would be really
coworkers.
cute for a company to do. That would
Absolutely.
be a really fun, icebreaker type deal.
Yes.
We're going to do the Compton food tour. Yes.
Yes, I did a tour for Playboy, the company Playboy. I did their tour. Ava DuVernay, she hired me for her company's holiday party.
That's dope.
Yes, Kel Mitchell from Kenan and Kel. I did him and his wife party. It's like celebrities, they reach out, and I definitely curate something special for them.
Oh, that's super cute. So then they have their group of friends, and you just take that private group to a bunch of different places, and they get to try a bunch of different foods.
Yes, and that's what I love about it, introducing new audience to these spaces that they wouldn't typically go to. The execs at Playboy would not go to Slauson and Crenshaw for a taco from Taco Pete, but they were able to on the tour, and that's the beauty of it.
And they probably loved it.
Absolutely loved it. Yes.
I love that. But the other thing that I'm hearing from you, Daisy Jane. Where'd you get the name anyway, Daisy Jane?
I'm named after both grandmas. My mom's mom is Catherine, which is my middle name, and my dad's mom was Daisy. So I'm Daisy Catherine, and Jane just popped in there.
Because it sounds cute.
Yes.
Daisy Jane. Okay. Well, look, it's such a concrete way of supporting Black-owned businesses. And we've been having a lot of conversation on this show lately about Black businesses being pushed out of Crenshaw. I'm sure you're following the controversy, around the district,
absolutely,
around Chef Maryland's, Doolin's.
Yeah.
And then we've seen one of my favorites, My 2 Cents. Bit the dust.
Yeah.
One of my favorites, my stuff I eat. Bit the dust. I hate that so much for us. I have a private mourning funeral every time one of these Black-owned restaurants goes down.
I've worked with over 120 restaurants in LA County since starting the tours, and at least a dozen are no longer with us.
Wow.
And that's super sad.
Yeah, and so even with Doolin's, we all ran over there and everybody was going there, and then we figured it would be fine, but it's not fine. That business is still struggling. So, I love this idea. One of the things I found out from working in corporate America is that a lot of times those executives won't hire Black people, or they won't use Black businesses because they don't know them. And they are scared, or they're not going to hire someone they don't know. Same with businesses. Now, that those folks have been to Taco Pete's, they're like, oh, I know, let's go to Taco Pete's. And so you provide an opportunity for people to do the right thing.
Absolutely. I try. I definitely try.
With ease and, making it fun.
And the other component is hearing from the owners as well. So, like, when we went to Earl's Grill, they heard directly from one of the owners. It's owned by Dwayne and Carrie.
Right.
Yes, but they heard from Dwayne, and he was able to just give them some insight on the business, how he's been in the community over 3 decades, how they do everything from scratch, or the things that they have done for the community, giving back to the schools. And you don't hear that. Like, when you go to a restaurant, you just buy your food. It's a transactional. But to go in depth and hear their stories is profound as well.
Yeah, that I think the story about the taco place is a great, the rolled tacos is a great example, because when we see tacos, we don't necessarily think Black owned.
Right.
And I don't know. Do you think we're in a moment right now? Because I've been hearing from people that there's a sort of unofficial, undeclared boycott of Asian businesses because of Cyrus Carmack Belton,
which was crazy,
and which was real crazy, and it's happening. Miles was talking about the men are doing it spontaneously on their side, and the women are doing it spontaneously on our side.
I definitely think there's a movement, and I think it doesn't need to be under wraps. I think we need to be loud and proud about it, and I think we definitely need to boycott and support our own. That's the only way for progression, if you ask me. We need to combat gentrification. Even with the Crenshaw Mall, I had my guests parked there. That's where pickup and drop off would be. The Crenshaw Mall told me to continue that service, it will be $3,000.
What?
Right. So it's like just things like that that's happening, and I'm sure that's on a small scale. I'm sure
they ain't
even on
doing
a
nothing
larger
over there.
scale.
That place is dead as a graveyard.
Right. No man's
but
land.
they want to charge you $3,000 to park.
Right.
Make it make sense.
Yeah, so
I
we
mean,
are
yeah.
we're fighting secret battles, and I think the best way to combat it is to unite.
Fighting secret battles is so well put.
Yeah.
And I love that there's this like no one had to tell us to boycott. Everyone's like,
Right.
nope, we are
sick
not
and tired.
doing that. Right.
Yes.
So
yes.
so the opposite of boycott is show up for those that are in existence.
Correct.
So if we want to take a tour, have you make a special tour
Yes.
for us, or if we're a restaurant that wants to be included in a tour, what do we do?
Instagram is my most used contact source of communication, which is Daisy's Black LA Food Tour. And my website is Black LA Food Tour. All socials, Daisy's Black LA Food Tour.
Do you worry about people copying? I'm sure they are. I'm sure there's already knockoff.
Yes.
The
since
crazies
starting,
Black LA, the lazies Black LA. Yeah.
It's been about 5 Black food tours that has popped up since I started my food tour business. And at first I was a little salty, and my mom made me realize like what God gave me is once God gives you a gift, it's released to the world. You can't harbor your gift that God gives. And
Okay, Miss Daisy. Okay, Miss Daisy's mama. I needed to hear that today.
Yes, and I'm still trying to accept that because this is my baby, and they see all these others. It's just like, but I'm so happy because it still supports Black businesses. It still highlights Black businesses. So whether they copy me word from word, T from T or not, at the end of the day, a Black business is getting highlighted.
Well, and what I was going to say to you is that what I love about your entrepreneurial story is that you listened to God or the universe or whatever it was. It was like, oh, I'm gonna tell Black stories for Black history. Oh, I'm gonna interview restaurants. Well, it seemed like you listened and you went with what was being shown to you of where your blessings lay.
And I'm glad that I was able to listen because God has showed up and showed out. God, every entity, God, the universe, me, like everything.
The people.
Yes.
The hungry folks.
1,000% the people, the culture, LA, yes.
Yeah.
And then also the tourists. I have so many tourists, and shout out to the tourists because that is just another thing that just fills my heart. I did a Dorsey alumni tour.
Oh, I love that.
And 80% was tourists.
And that's dope too, because what a cool way to see LA from a local's perspective.
Yes.
Rather than going
100%.
to all the touristy spots.
Yes. And then you hear things like Boys in the Hood and Straight Outta Compton, and you go and it's like, oh, okay, that gangster was actually nice.
Right, exactly. Like, oh yeah, these are actual humans with real families.
Yes.
Is there anything was there any amazing secret spot that you found that you want to share? Like something that was like an unexpected gem?
Let me think. An unexpected gem.
Other than your own business, which is an unexpected gem. Daisy Black LA Food Tours on Instagram.
Yes. I don't know if you remember, the Art Social Club was on our tour, and they serve food, and it's an art gallery as well. And I was so shocked by that. It's in Inglewood, and it's the artwork they have on the wall is so beautiful. And then to go into the back and see the vibe they had there.
Yeah.
So I would say that was the hidden gem because I love art.
Yeah, that's another just great example of our creativity.
Yes.
Our Black genius doing its Black genius thing. But all are welcome. You don't have to be Black to go on the Black
Not at all.
tour.
The
Anyone
walk-in
can go.
tours, all ages, party bus 21 and up.
Hey, you can't get on. And no kids on the party bus. Okay.
Oh, and also hidden gem, Giddy Tie. They have curry oxtails. I never knew that I needed that combination.
Okay.
But yes, giddy
On
time.
Slauson.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you so much for coming in, Daisy Jane.
My pleasure.
I wish you much continued success. Yes. And we got a little over 30 seconds. What do you want to leave us with?
Our next tour is Martha's Vineyard, and I'm so excited for that tour.
You're going on a plane to Martha's Vineyard?
Yes, and we're going to 4 Black restaurants on the vineyard.
Wow. So LA Food Tours is expanding and growing. LA Food Tour Cape Town.
Yes.
Next.
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. I'm going to be on that one. I'm going to be on that one, Miss Daisy. Thank you so much for coming in.
Such
Daisy
a
Jane's Black LA Food Tours. And we're opening up the phone lines. You want to talk national politics or your own personal problems? I'm here for you. KBLA Talk 1580.
You can't fix what you won't face. And we face it every day. This is KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Tropical storm Alita has formed off Mexico's Pacific coast and is expected to strengthen into a hurricane by tomorrow night. Dr. Jack Bevan at the National Hurricane Center.
We also have several other disturbances that we're watching out to the south of the Hawaiian Islands, and another one we're expecting to form in the next few days.
Forecasters say it poses no threat to land, while the Atlantic remains quiet but could become more active by mid-August. The U.S. House has approved a bill to make daylight savings time permanent, ending that twice-yearly clock change. Supporters say more evening daylight could boost tourism and consumer spending, but the measure still needs Senate approval. And Tyler Perry is pushing back on a sexual assault lawsuit accusing actor Mario Rodriguez Jr. of using the legal discovery process to pressure him into a financial settlement. Perry denies the allegations and is asking the court to sanction Rodriguez's legal team. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Now at Big O, get happy with our Healthy Car Special. Includes a full synthetic oil change, 4-tire rotation, alignment check, brake, battery, and windshield wiper check. Plus, fluids topped off, all for only $59.99. Healthy car, happy life. Now at your local Big O Tires.
Is this the Dagger? This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Dodgers begin the second half of the season Friday night in New York against the Yankees. The 3-game series with the Yankees is part of a 9-game road trip for the Dodgers on the East Coast. The road trip will be a good test for the Dodgers to maintain their stature as Major League Baseball's best team. Spain is in the World Cup championship match after their 2-0 win over France in the semifinals. Spain will meet the winner of today's semifinal between England and Argentina. The World Cup final is Sunday in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The WNBA would prefer folks not to talk about this, but I'm going to mention it anyway. 65% of WNBA players are African American, but none of the 15 teams in the WNBA have an African American woman as their head coach. 7 of the head coaches are white women, 8 are men. The WNBA needs to work on this issue. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
Oh no. Straight the roof down.
I don't know if we have time.
Please, God, save us. Save our house. Please, God, please.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we haven't forgotten what happened Tuesday, January 7th, 2025.
The trauma, processing the loss of our home. How do we address the compounding effect of the fire now more than 18 months later? I noticed one of my 3 children engaged in self-harm who hasn't been able to articulate the challenges that they've had since the fire. And 4 out of the 5 folks in our household are in therapy. 1 is not. And the one that's not is the one who I noticed with some marks on their person. This isn't okay. You need to talk to someone.
Black historical memory keeps alive the stories and struggles of everyday people and communities. Black historical memory preserves truths that others attempt to erase, minimize, or distort. Black historical memory prevents history from repeating its worst chapters. At KBLA Talk 1580, we will never forget. Tune into Conversation Live, Altadena Rising with James Farr, weekends on KBLA Talk 1580. 1580. Don't be anxious or confused about AI. Take control of your career when you get the skills to tackle real business problems and design specialized solutions. HR Dive reported that entry-level talent with applied AI credentials can receive up to a 25% salary boost. But where do you find training that you can trust? Future-proof your career and deliver more value with Humans Lead the Way AI. Their hybrid learning courses use practical definitions, real-world examples, and strategic insights to help you and your team understand AI with confidence. No magic, no hacks, no shortcuts. Just practical knowledge that helps you use AI more successfully. Don't wait. AI can never replace people who know how to use it well. Register for courses today at humansleadtheway.com. That's humansleadtheway.com.
Please be advised. You may want to stop eating the following foods immediately: broccoli, kale, bean sprouts, blueberries, quinoa, spinach.
Wait, what? I thought those were good for me.
Turns out, not for everyone. Because what's healthy for one person can cause inflammation for another. And the only way to really know what your body needs is to listen to it.
Listen how?
That's where Viome comes in. Viome is a simple, at-home gut health test that looks at your body's real-time biology using RNA to understand what's happening inside you right now. When your results come in, you'll learn exactly which foods to eat, which to avoid, and which supplements are right for you, all based on the world's largest RNA-based human biology database and thousands of clinical research studies. And many people who use Viome report more energy, better digestion, and a better mood within months. So stop guessing. Start knowing. Learn more at viome.com/gut. V as in Victor, IOME.com/GUT. And use coupon code GUTHEALTH50 to save $50 off your purchase. Viome. Trust your gut.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where hate loses and love wins.
Yeah, I do want to say too about the Daisy Black LA food tours. It's pretty affordable. I mean, it's it's something you could do, like we were talking off the air. It would be cute for a date or something like that, or if you wanted to meet some people. Anyway, yeah, really cute. I enjoyed it, and I wish her lots and lots of luck. So, prosperity. If you want to be on a Wealth Building Wednesday, you can reach out to me, depremeradio@gmail.com, depremeradio@gmail.com, or DM me on any of the socials, except for Facebook, because I don't look at my Facebook messages. They're blocked. But you can reach me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all of those. I look at those DMs regularly. And I do appreciate you. So I consider this good news. I'll call it a palate refresher. Hope you do too. The Writers Guild of America is now taking legal action to try to stop the Warner Brothers Discovery merger. So Warner Brothers, Paramount Skydance, which is Larry Ellison, the Trump billionaire broligarch dudes, and him and his son, they already bought TikTok. They already own CBS, Paramount. And now they're trying to get Warner Brothers. If you remember, Netflix was trying to get it, and then Donald Trump interfered to stop Netflix from getting it. And at the time, I was cheering for Netflix because I knew that the other option was Paramount Skydance. And people were saying, no, because Netflix already owns enough, which they do. But this was a lesser of two evils type scenario. And I would have chosen Netflix over Paramount Skydance in this case. Well, now the Writers Guild, East and West and North, so all the different branches of the Writers Guild is trying to stop this merger because they're saying it violates antitrust law, which clearly it does, but no one seems to care about that anymore. But also because it will harm writers specifically. Writers already under so much pressure because of AI, because of the streaming business models. It's already a struggle because of the reduced production that's happening right now. Writers are already facing hard times. Now they're saying that not only would this merger make it where there would be fewer opportunities for writers to where they don't get projects to work on, but also it will make working conditions worse, and it could lead to lower pay. And you know that's true because they're going to have a what? A monopoly, so they can dictate terms more easily. Here's a quote from the Writers Guild. With fewer competitors, the merged Paramount Warner Brothers entity would have both the incentive and the ability to lower costs by suppressing writers' wages, reducing input. Writers will be paid less and have fewer employment opportunities. Of course they would. I'm just glad to see the union stepping in. Not a WGA member, although I anticipate becoming one soon. I do a lot of writing. Side hustles are mostly writing and emceeing, right? And so I'm glad to see them stepping up because I think a couple days ago, a bunch of state attorneys general sued to block that merger. Oh, that was Monday. Okay, I'm looking at this article on Deadline. That was Monday, where more than 12 state attorneys general stepped in, including California, Rob Bonta, as it should be, because California, along with Georgia, those are the states that are going to be heavily impacted by this merger. Right now, we're in a media environment where there are fewer and fewer and fewer people that control the messaging for the entire planet. And I know it's not Talking Point Tuesday, but this is one of the dumbest talking points that people repeat and believe, which is that the media is liberal. The media is not liberal. The media is very conservative. Who owns most of the big media outlets? It's the Rupert Murdochs of the world. Rupert Murdoch, the far right-wing extreme conservative Australian who owns Fox and a lot of the affiliated media corporations within that ecosystem. The media is not liberal. That is one of those talking points that's completely untrue. The fact that, Larry Ellison, who is one of the biggest donors to the Trump campaign, owns CBS and put in Bari Weiss, who is a hardcore right-wing pro-Netanyahu activist. That's now why we no longer have a real version of 60 Minutes. We have a, nerfed version of 60 Minutes. It's why CBS News is, controlled by this right-wing agenda. The media, if it ever was liberal, it wasn't in my lifetime. It was not as terribly conservative and right-wing as it is now, but it's always been controlled by big money. And at this point, it's getting more and more and more so. And so that's why this is important. You might think, well, I'm not in the Writers Guild either. And yeah, but it affects you because it's the flow of information. And think about the fact that so many of these media companies have written checks, big multi-million-dollar checks, to Trump because he didn't like their coverage of this or that. CBS did it. YouTube did it. The list is long, okay? And so this would represent a further consolidation into what then becomes state media. Because if a billionaire who's giving all his money, all of his campaign donation money to Trump, is now controlling TikTok and CBS, which is where we are right this second, even without the Warner CBS, even without that Warner Paramount merger. This guy, Larry Ellison, and his son, David, they already control TikTok and CBS News and a bunch of other stuff. Paramount, right? If they get Warner's, they'll also have CNN. And then you've got billionaires like Jeff Bezos who have the Washington Post. And you have fewer and fewer very rich people controlling all of this massive media. that becomes too easy to control what you think. And we saw that in 2016, and we saw it on steroids in 2024, where the algorithm and the mass media falling in line behind an authoritarian agenda makes the outcomes that we're getting now. People saying, I didn't vote for this. Well, I don't know what you thought you were voting for, but it was probably whatever your algorithm told you. It was probably whatever your mainstream media told you and what they didn't tell you. And what I'm saying is that this is going to get a lot worse if this merger goes through. Now, Trump has already put his thumb on the scale in favor of Paramount and Warner Brothers Discovery merging. So the question is, can these 12 states, 14 states, and the Writers Guild and whoever else cares to join in, can they overcome the Trump headlock on this media world that has everything to do with influencing elections, everything to do with influencing attitudes about all kinds of important aspects of your life, from how we think about women's rights. Remember, we're living in an era when there are actual, credible political forces that want to end women's right to vote. That's where we are. I'm not making this up. This is not hyperbole. You guys say that I like to, some of y'all like to say that I exaggerate, but was I exaggerating about Trump? No, actually, I was understating the problem. Okay. Palette refresher. E. Jean Carroll got her $5 million, but finally somebody got some money out of Trump. He had to pay up that 5 point whatever it was, close to $6 million. But my point is, when the broligarchs get more and more control over the media, they get more and more control over what you see and think, whether you realize it or not, which is one of the reasons why we underreact to things that we should be more alarmed, more engaged, more pushing back about. And this is part of that. So that's why I consider it good news. Go WGA, go state attorneys general. Maybe they can stop this one piece of the Craven agenda. It's a perfect time to call me if you want to say a thing about a thing. 800-920-1580. 800-920-1580. We're unapologetically progressive. And we're not part of the broligarchy. We're independent, black-owned media. And believe me, there's a lot of independent black-owned media, but very little of it on the radio. Very little of it on TV, mostly small newspapers and online outlets. So we're grateful to be here. We're grateful to have your support. And this WGA lawsuit, this Paramount Warner Brothers merger, is part of the plan to crush independent voices like yours, like ours. And that's why I keep talking about that. That's why this is so important. KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
Listen up, KBLA delegation. We have something you need to hear. Right now, you may qualify for low-cost home internet. And we're not talking about a catch. This is real. Many internet service providers offer low-cost internet plans if anyone in your household is enrolled in CalFresh, Medi-Cal, SSI, or is income eligible. There are a lot of families in our community who deserve to be connected. Here's all you do. Call 844-461-7893. That's the Get Connected call center. Real people ready to help you enroll today. Or go online to internetforallnow.org to find a provider near you. You may also qualify for a low-cost computer through Human IT. Connectivity is not a luxury. In 2026, it's a necessity. And you deserve access just like everybody else. Call 844-461-7893. That's 844-461-7893. KBLA's got you. If you missed any of this, you can always go to our website at KBLA1580.com. Brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 in partnership with the California Emerging Technology Fund, CETF. Did you know the Crenshaw Corridor now offers free public Wi-Fi? Thanks to Destination Crenshaw in the city of Los Angeles, staying connected is easier than ever. Whether you're checking email, applying for jobs, doing homework, or supporting your local business, free internet access is now available along the corridor because everyone deserves the opportunity to connect, learn, and grow. To find Wi-Fi locations and learn more, visit www.getconnected.lacity.gov.
In a world full of noise, one station keeps it real. KBLA Talk 1580, where the conversation goes deeper, the voices sound like yours, and the issues that matter most to our community take center stage. Progressive, powerful, unapologetically us. Whether you're driving through the city or tuning in from your home or office, join the public square. KBLA Talk 1580, your home for talk that enlightens, encourages, and empowers. Listen live on our free KBLA 1580 app, on our website at KBLA1580.com, or on your radio dial at 1580 AM.
Unapologetically progressive. Find a righteous rage and don't be afraid to say what you see. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
Man, the zone is officially flooded. Democrats finally show signs of life, and I'm not talking about Mitch McConnell. I'm talking about the blocking of the defense policy bill, which actually happened yesterday. It was a 50-46 vote in the Senate. Mostly, it's almost all Democrats who voted against that, and that is, I would consider, also really good news, because we'll see if they hold. So many times when Dems take a stand, then they cave. But this is necessary for the passage of the $1.15 trillion that Trump wants for the military budget. They needed 60 votes to get it through. They did not get those votes. And Dems are saying that they don't want to pass this legislation as long as the president is escalating the war in Iran, which he is. They went back to bombing during the day. And some people were also bringing up the fact that they do not want to move forward, as Fahima referenced earlier in the show, with the U.S. And Israel sort of, they call it cooperation, but really it's embedding Israel in the U.S. military. And then some Dems, like Elizabeth Warren, pointing out that the Pentagon budget is just too big. Over $1 trillion. We've never, ever, ever spent that much on defense. And we always spend way too much of our budget on defense. In fact, more than the combined military budget of many nations. So Chuck Schumer, who generally doesn't do much that I would consider bold or useful, did call on Democrats not to vote for that bill. He's the minority leader, you know that. And he's just saying it's giving the Republicans too much latitude with $1.15 trillion while the president is escalating in Iran, while we're doing more and more collaborating with Israel in their terrible, brutal genocidal campaign in Gaza. And they're, warmongering throughout the region. We're going to see, like I said, if this holds, but I consider that to be progress, signs of life, proof of life from the Democratic Party. And we shall see what happens with this. Because, we've seen Dems say they're going to stop something, and then they stop short of going to the wall. And we know that this is not something, because he said it, that House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries supports. Yesterday we heard that Immigration Customs Enforcement would not be doing any more vehicle stops because they're killing people indiscriminately. We saw 2 shot and killed by ICE in the past week, one in Maine and one in Houston, Texas. But the president says no. Yes, we should. He said, this is what he wrote on his social media. ICE is doing a great job, one that has to be done. We must be strong, smart, and tough. And we can't take away their most important fighting tool, the traffic stop. So, what is it? ICE is doing traffic stops, or they're not. We're living in the most bizarre, contradictory nightmare environment. And here's a little miniature pushback project for you if you find yourself doom scrolling, which many of us do. Every time you see a post about ICE, about abolish ICE, or make ICE stop doing traffic stops, or make them start doing traffic stops, just hashtag Keith Porter, because he is being left out of the conversation. And this is a black man killed by ICE right here in Northridge, in Los Angeles. So, make your doom scrolling at least a little useful. Just hashtag Keith Porter. It's a little something to do that could make you productive while you're being unproductive. If you see what I'm doing there. A bipartisan panel, the Wisconsin Elections Commission, has found that Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, probably broke the law in the state of Wisconsin because he gave out $1 million checks, which was supposedly to get people to vote, to register to vote, but they had to fill out some kind of survey. I don't know, but they're saying more than likely he broke the law. Do you need a bipartisan panel to figure that out? Bribing people to register or vote is illegal. They referred two of their complaints to the Brown County District Attorney's Office, which can bring criminal charges if they decide to do so. They have 40 days to decide whether or not they will bring the SpaceX founder, the Tesla CEO, up on charges. And for all the belly aching, I've never used that word before, for all the belly aching that our president does about election fraud, you would think he would run, not walk, to make sure that Mr. Musk is prosecuted to fullest extent of the law for interfering in elections, even if it's on the president's behalf. That would be a kick. Do it. Wisconsin, 3 different Wisconsin voters got checks for $1 million. They had to, and this is like 2 weeks before the election, mind you. They had to sign a petition in opposition to activist judges, and they had to register to vote or prove that they were already registered to vote. He's already been sued for this, but basically the Wisconsin Democracy Campaign wants to have a judge ensure that he can never do this again, that he doesn't offer bribes every election. But the ruling by this election commission is next level, because that could come with actual criminal charges, and I am here for it. In other not so wonderful news, the president is going to be talking today. I don't know if you care. I mean, he talks every day, but he's doing a prime time address to talk about elections. And I'm pretty sure he won't be talking about how Elon Musk should go to jail for trying to bribe people to vote for him. Pretty sure that's not what it's about. He says he's going to talk about the fraud in the 2020 election. Do tell. Why don't you talk about the fraud in the 2024 election? That's the fraud I want to hear about. He is pushing for his SAVE Act, which is meant to stop women, a lot of women like myself, who are married and their name on their birth certificate might not match the name on the voter rolls. His SAVE Act and other restrictions for voting that he's trying to pass ahead of the midterms. He knows he's about to get slaughtered. His approval ratings are in the toilet. People can't afford this week what they could afford last week. And folks are getting angry. The war's unpopular. So what is he going to talk about today in prime time? Not his 40th or 35th promise that the war is almost over. Not how to fix the economy. Not how to bring gas prices down. Not about the explosive diarrhea that's sweeping the nation because his Health and Human Services Department stopped tracking the parasite that causes it. Not that. He's going to talk about election fraud. I hope these networks don't carry it, but I'm pretty sure that they will. That's tonight. He's not going to talk about ICE killing U.S. citizens. He's going to talk about election fraud. Oh, yeah, you're right. It's tomorrow. It's Thursday. Thanks, Achille. Primetime address on something no one wants to hear about. But look at the bright side. He probably won't even talk about that. He might talk about windmills or something else. All right. The Good Vibes lady is here in case you needed some good vibes. That's next on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Tropical storm Alita has formed off Mexico's Pacific coast and is expected to strengthen into a hurricane by tomorrow night. Dr. Jack Bevan at the National Hurricane Center.
We also have several other disturbances that we're watching out to the south of the Hawaiian Islands, and another one we're expecting to form in the next few days.
Forecasters say it poses no threat to land while the Atlantic remains quiet but could become more active by mid-August. The U.S. House has approved a bill to make daylight savings time permanent, ending that twice-yearly clock change. Supporters say more evening daylight could boost tourism and consumer spending, but the measure still needs Senate approval. And Tyler Perry is pushing back on a sexual assault lawsuit accusing actor Mario Rodriguez Jr. of using the legal discovery process to pressure him into a financial settlement. Perry denies the allegations and is asking the court to sanction Rodriguez's legal team. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Now at Big O, get happy with our Healthy Car Special. Includes a full synthetic oil change, 4-tire rotation, alignment check, brake, battery, and windshield wiper check. Plus, fluids topped off, all for only $59.99. Healthy car, happy life. Now at your local Big O Tires.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Dodgers begin the second half of the season Friday night in New York against the Yankees. The 3-game series with the Yankees is part of a 9-game road trip for the Dodgers on the East Coast. The road trip will be a good test for the Dodgers to maintain their stature as Major League Baseball's best team. Spain is in the World Cup championship match after their 2-0 win over France in the semifinals. Spain will meet the winner of today's semifinal between England and Argentina. The World Cup final is Sunday in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The WNBA would prefer folks not to talk about this, but I'm going to mention it anyway. 65% of WNBA players are African American, but none of the 15 teams in the WNBA have an African American woman as their head coach. 7 of the head coaches are white women, 8 are men. The WNBA needs to work on this issue.